Hello, everybody, and welcome to this exciting session today. My name is Alex Fidomgisha. I'll be moderating this session on advanced digital skills. And today we have two really exciting but related topics around employability skills. One on digital skills and specifically on AI. We've had AI kind of take the world by storm over the last few months, led by the advances in generative AI like ChatGPT. And the question is, everybody's mind is, are we preparing the future workforce to live in this world? And what role does the private sector have? And that topic today will be tackled by my good friend and former colleague Anshul from Intel, who is going to talk about how Intel is helping governments introduce AI curriculum into schools. And then, technical skills are good, but you also need other skills for employability, and especially some of the soft skills and communication skills. And here we'll hear from Suzanne from Accenture, who is going to talk about some really innovative ways that they're developing tools for these employment and soft and communication skills. So without much further ado, let me invite Anshul to kick us off.
Anshul, I think you might be on mute.
Okay, good morning, good evening. Can you hear me well now? Awesome. So, good morning, good evening, wherever in the world you are. I hope you're enjoying the World Bank symposium. My name is Anshul Sonak. I'm delighted to speak on this very, very important topic on how do we make advanced digital skills like AI truly more inclusive, more accessible, so that it creates a right social impact for the world. I'm going to talk about what Intel is doing as we are seeing more and more increased digitalization of everything, and all jobs are requiring more and more AI skills. Uh, Preparing people for broader digital readiness and AI readiness is very important call to action. So if you can move to the next slide, I'm going to very quickly talk about what we are doing to really build youth AI readiness so that they are ready for the jobs of today and tomorrow. And I'm going to give you some examples of how we play a role while working with the governments in developing countries. You have my contact ID, email ID, or you can connect me on LinkedIn. This is a short session, so I'm going very fast. If you have more questions, feel free to send me on LinkedIn or connect me separately on email. Uh, so move to the next slide, please. So we have a whole program called AI for Youth, which we started way back in 2018, 2019. So this is a 5-year now journey. And today this program is already running in 26 countries with the government, and more than 1 million people have been impacted with that. The goal, which we said, where governments require, and especially Ministry of Education require biggest help, is AI as a subject is more at a developer education or a higher education level. It's not truly accessible or inclusive for the non-technical workforce. So how do we bring it to the technical schools, TVET segment, as well as a real K to 12 school? So I'm going to share this example of K to 12 school. So AI for Youth is for bringing AI curriculum in a K to 12 level. The goal over there is to give them both technical skills around AI, like generative AI, computer vision, natural language processing, machine learning, but also along with that, social skills related to AI, like understanding of biases, explaining AI in simple words, creating real solution using AI skills at a school level. And you'll be very surprised, worldwide, AI in some countries have started coming right at a primary school, like China, Singapore. Governments are bringing it at that level. So we are now, have this whole range of programmatic curriculum which we offer to the governments and train them to take it to depending on where you want. Like in India, this example which I want to share, Tina Sahu, she got this curriculum way back in 2019 in a rural school in India at an outskirts of India. She created something called Happiness Guru, a grade 10 girl. She wanted to help other girls really predict mental depression At that age, it's a high stress environment in Indian girls in a developing economy like theirs, right? So she created this happiness guru to really alert school psychologists and school counselors wherever girls have any mental depression issues coming up. So this is how AI can be responsibly used. A 15-year-old girl go through the program, have zero technical or a coding background, learn the content, and then create a responsible solution. So this is the kind of an example or an outcome we want to foster around the world. Demystify AI, so deep understanding of AI, provide access to the tool sets like AI related software, demystify all these concepts of computer vision or generative AI or NLP and so on and so forth, and enable them, equip them, empower them to create real solution like how Tina did, Happiness Guru for her own girls community. And today that solution is getting used by 600 odd girls with almost 80-85% accuracy level. Now, if you are an AI PhD, you can think about a more professional solution, no doubt about it. But for a developing economy to really differentiate youth and create new innovation, these are the new models which we would like to foster more and more. Next slide, please. You can Google or go to the YouTube and see this girl's examples. She has spoken to women parliamentarians. She's now doing a fellow, Karma fellow actually, while becoming, now she's 18 and now she's working to become an AI ethics lawyer. So imagine a girl coming from that background, creating a real solution, becoming an AI ethics lawyer, right? So this is
Sure. I mean, this is really, really fascinating. I think the point here is that even at the school level, you can introduce AI, at least get the kids and the students to understand this really
right.
powerful technology. And it's not only for developers, right? And so
No, this
here
is
is
for non-developer.
so here is the structure. I think everything will be up on the web.
Right.
Angela, I'll come back to you and ask you a few questions, but I would like to go to Suzanne because,
Sure.
now that the kids are getting all these technical skills, what about the employability? Is this enough for employment? And so, Suzanne, over to you now.
Great. Thank you very much. So first of all, just to say thank you so much for having me today. Delighted to be here with Anshul to discuss innovative ways of opening up access to digital skills. So as part of Accenturia's Skills to Succeed program, we have a number of digital products that we work with our partners. So today's update is just a snapshot of some of those technologies. If we can move to the next slide, please. And the next one. Thank you. So first of all, we have Virtual Skill Up. Virtual Skill Up is an immersive learning smartphone app that allows you to practice your communication skills in real life environments to help build your confidence. It covers 3 different scenarios: interviews, public speaking, and making a pitch. And we know that things like communication skills are an essential part in a variety of situations, and that the ability to practice communication skills requires ongoing practice, that the ability to improve requires ongoing practice. So with Virtual Skill Up, once you go through the relevant different scenarios, you receive feedback on the pace, so the speed at which you were speaking, the degree of certainty that you had when presenting, so the use of filler words such as I guess or like, and then also eye contact, so how well you've maintained eye contact with the people you are presenting to. And you get this feedback live as you're going through the scenario, so you'll know on the spot how you were doing with regards to your speech and eye contact. And then once the session is complete, you'll receive more detailed feedback in the form of a feedback card that will be sent out to you. And then that includes further information around things like the specific filler words you were using. And it also allows you to reflect on that feedback and make a commitment as to what you would do differently the next time. So we wanted this to be as accessible as possible. So we tried to accommodate different levels of internet access and phone usage. We chose to focus on the most cost-effective VR option, designing it originally for use with a Google Cardboard, but also to be used in 360 mode, which means you don't need any headset at all and you still get the full experience. We push the offline capability as much as possible so that you can continue to use the app without internet connection, as long as the scenarios have already been downloaded. And we also work to ensure that the application was as small as possible from a data usage perspective and available on the widest variety of phones. So this is just one example of one of those programs. If we can move to the next slide, I'd like to introduce you to a social innovation center that was set up that we're setting up in Brazil. So Casa Zero is a nonprofit in Brazil, working as a socio-cultural organization that seeks to unite entrepreneurship, culture, and education for social impact. The organization is located in Recife and creates a wonderful environment of collaboration and inspiration. The top floor of their building is dedicated to the Accenture Room, which is an environment that really looks to inspire young people through technology and provide opportunities to have direct access and contact with some of these technologies. So it's one of the first of its kind in Brazil, and it offers really impactful experiences where young people can learn about the technology in the market, that they can get inspired, that they can practice their soft skills and employability skills, learn how to collaborate with each other, and I think really hope demonstrating that technology is for everybody, and that it can absolutely be part of their career path. And then last but not least, if we can move on to the final slide, if we're talking around disruptive technologies, I think we have to mention generative AI and the tremendous opportunities that is there. The technology is so accessible and ubiquitous that really anybody with an internet connection with very little to no formal training can make use of this. It doesn't require a headset, and really, ChatGPT's popularity has helped make people aware of how it can be applied in their personal context. We are starting to look at our Gen AI journey, I think, as everybody is, and how we can embed it in our own programs, not just from a skilling and knowledge perspective, because as we can see, it is going to have a very large impact on the future of work, but also how we can leverage Gen AI ourselves in our programs. So we're starting to look at the basic Gen AI abilities that are needed. What is Gen AI, prompt engineering, security, ethics, all incredibly important. And that it is also therefore, really important to know that not only do we want the basic level of Gen AI skilling, we also have to continue to focus on those future-proof skills, such as critical thinking and problem solving and empathy, and particularly ethics, given how fast changing and unpredictable the future is. So we're starting on that journey. Obviously, there'll be more to come over the coming weeks and months. But that's it from an Accenture perspective, just a whistle-stop tour, Alex. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne. And you mentioned something interesting. Gen AI, ChatGPT is available anywhere in the world. Are you making the app that you've developed for the employability skills available in the Gambia or Niger?
Certainly. So the first app I mentioned, Virtual Skill Up. So we are still very aware that the most impactful use of technology can sometimes be through kind of blended learning and support on the ground. So at the moment, the use of that product is through our partners who are able to introduce our beneficiaries into it and explain it. And it's available in 6 different countries. But absolutely, our hope would be ultimately that we can open it up so anybody can go onto the App Store and download it and then practice these skills. So it's certainly something that we are looking at. But for the moment, it's restricted to some of the key countries that we operate in.
Thanks, Suzanne. And please keep us posted because I think this is super
absolutely.
useful. Anshul, a quick question for you. Do you track the graduates that go through these programs and kind of are you measuring the impact?
Yeah, so at all levels, so at a student level, so at a technical, vocational level, that's the space we have a program called AI for Future Workforce, which goes in community colleges, technical schools, and that's where we track it. At a school level, at a middle school level, that's not the expectation. The expectation in middle school and high school level is what innovation you can create. How do you really bring this new skill set of technical skills, social skills, and the career growth skills together into action. So that's what we track through our Impact Festival and other platform. And more importantly, when I said 26 countries where we are working with the government, I mean, I would say, I mean, that's a good way to measure the impact. Albania, for example, recently with World Bank funding, for example, right, really took this curriculum, mapped it to the national level rollout, and is giving it to 200 schools. So that's how
All
we are
right.
tracking the system level impact. Yeah. And
Thank you very much, Anshul and Suzanne. I'm really sorry. This was a lightning talk, but
yeah,
very exciting. I think we have to move on to the next session, which will be around new solutions for youth in agriculture. And I can't thank you enough, Anshul and Suzanne, for this enlightenment. And thank you to the audience. Over.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.